Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1516 of What You Up To Now. I am foggy. I've been foggy all week, had a cold all week, and I realized today I missed a couple things that I normally do first thing in the morning. I'm like, what on earth is going on? I am definitely kind of checked out and just going through the motions. Well, of course, our topic for Supersize Your Business today was presence of mind, our idiom was, and our annual challenge topic is mindfulness. So I found myself thinking this morning how much of my life I actually go through on autopilot, how much of my life I just go through the motions, biding my time and not actually being aware and present in the different activities and things I'm doing. Now, a lot of that I set up intentionally. I set up habits and routines and rituals and processes and procedures and schedules and things to automate and simplify my life, because otherwise it could be really, really complicated. But sometimes parts of that are just going through the motions. And I was thinking about, am I really being the example and setting the example I want to in the way I am living my life and presenting my life? And sometimes yes, but if I'm using my critical voice, sometimes not so much. I'm just going through the motions of the things, and I'm not necessarily setting the example and being the example that I want to be in the world and creating the life that I want. Mostly I am, but there's places, just like all of us, there's room for improvement. And today I was like, all right, I am, number one, those two questions popped into my head. How much and are you living your life or just biding your time? Because sometimes I think that we are just, and by choice, I have done that in the past, just been biding my time in my marriage, by biding my time as the kids were growing up, biding my time in certain jobs and certain situations until I chose to leave. You know, we notice that something's off, and then sometimes we change right away. I envy the people that know something's off, not right for them, and they change immediately. And I'm striving to be more like that. But I have my natural tendency is to stay, try to figure it out, try to fix the problem, try to solve it. I've stayed in businesses too long. I've stayed in industries too long. I've stayed in jobs too long. I've stayed in relationships too long because I, like everybody else, like to think that I can fix them. And if I just fix my part of the equation, then everything will be okay. But that's not true. Some things just aren't right for us. And part of what we're here to learn is that wasn't the right relationship, that wasn't the right business, that wasn't the right industry, that wasn't the right thing for me to be spending my time and energy on. And it's not until I wake up, smell the coffee, and realize that I will make that change. Unless, of course, it's a super painful, challenging thing that forces me to make that decision faster. So, like everybody else, I have continually improving projects, being myself to do and work on all the time. So our idiom today, presence of mind, is an old idiom. It doesn't have much of a history because it's one of those kind of esoteric things that has been around for a long time, but we haven't really used it as a saying so much. You know, we might say, hey, wake up. Are you paying attention to me? But do you have presence of mind? I mean, I don't know that I've said that to anyone until today when I was talking about this particular idiom and expression. I notice when I'm not being present, when my mind is wandering. We always know when our mind's wandering. We also know when we're not probably aware of it, but we also notice and know when other people aren't present, when they're not paying attention to us. Every TV show that you've ever seen, you can probably find a scene where somebody is communicating to someone and the other person isn't paying attention. And they're clearly not paying attention because the person will test them by saying something crazy or foolish, and they're like, they go right along with it as if they're listening, and you know that they're not. We all can sense that, and we sense it. Sometimes we sense it in ourselves. We're like, God, my mind is off on, Pocono Island or something, and I'm sitting right here in Wisconsin having a conversation with, my friend or something, for having coffee or whatever. I think it's human nature to do that, but it's also our cool human ability to pull ourselves back and be present, not only be physically present, but to be mentally present as well, and mindful and paying attention to and realizing that we're actually present and paying attention. That's the cool thing about our presence of mind and our consciousness. We can actually not only be there and experiencing it, but we actually realize that we're there and experiencing it. I guess that's the best way I can explain mindfulness. So we talked about on Supersize Your Business, what are some ways to increase your mindfulness and how does that positively impact your business? A lot of times we set up systems and processes and procedures and habits and routines in our life to make our life easier, but we don't want to become a slave to those things without ever checking in and making sure that they're still serving us. It's like, any habits we have, good habits can become bad habits if we're not paying attention to them, if we overdo them. You can actually exercise too much. You can eat too healthily. You can sacrifice too much. You can do things that are a good idea and a good habit to begin with, but then you slip over the edge of what's right for you and it becomes not good for you anymore. So it's my daughter's birthday today, so we're going to celebrate her birthday, and we all have colds, we're all sick, so we're going to probably be low key, but we're going to do the best we can to enjoy the day. I encourage you to do the same. I'm going to lay low again today and probably throughout the weekend so that I can hop back on and be the example I want to be starting next week again, because I'm not, battling a cold. Maybe this is just my subconscious way of saying, hey, take a deep breath, slow down. You're supposed to be traveling now, so instead of traveling, maybe you're just having a staycation, a stay at home, which, gosh, we haven't done enough of that in the last 2 years. We so have. I'm so over being set apart and isolated and all the nonsense that happened with COVID that some days I could just scream, but I don't, because I have the presence of mind that I don't need to scream. It would freak everyone out. All right. Any questions? Ask. If I can help you in any way, please ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow just to pop in and fill you in on some of the things I'm doing as we are creating online and offline businesses to hopefully make the world a better place, because it's the only reason to do a business, right? At least in my opinion. All right. Have a great day.